trouble. And boy, I found her. She's in love with herself. Grey Wolf Studios.
What's up, guys? It's me, Grey Wolf, back to do another video for you. And today's video is going to be on how to convert your, or mod I should say, your Mini MGT 3.0 to use a slide carb engine instead of a rotary carb engine like it comes with. This is my freshly restored MGT 3.0. It's pretty much brand new, except for the engine. I have an OS 18 CV-R engine in here. The engine is one of the older discontinued models from OS, but it's only got about 1.5 gallons through it, so it's still in good shape, even though the top of the head's torn up pretty good. It's flipped over a few times. So anyway, the OS 18 is a wonderful engine, but the problem with it is it's a slide carb and not a rotary carb. So let's see if I can get a good angle on it here. So basically, it ended up not being that hard to do. Here is the throttle and brake servo. Let's see if I can get a angle from the top here. So here's the throttle and brake servo, and essentially, originally it's designed to open the carb when the servo pushes, and it's designed to apply the brake when the servo pulls. And basically what you have to do is reverse it, which the throttle linkage is not a problem. Basically, I just went to my local hobby shop, and Dubro makes a whole line of accessories for making custom linkages. I just got one of their linkage rods that's threaded on one end. I cut it to length. I actually left myself a good amount of room there, and I bought a Dubro head for it that'll fit the slide carb. That part's easy. The slightly more difficult part was figuring out how to get the brake to work, because the brake, let's see if I can get in here to show you guys. This brake lever right here normally is flipped around. This part right here is usually on this side, and basically what it's designed to do is when you pull it, when it pulls on this side, it clamps the brake pads down together. You can see the brake pads down there. So essentially what I did was I removed this whole top mechanism here, which includes the little loop there. Let's see, it doesn't look like it's completely in focus. It's kind of hard to see. If you own a Mini MGT, you'll know what I'm talking about. But at any rate, so essentially what I did, let me get this out of the way. Essentially what I did was I took this piece off and I flipped it around to where the hoop is on this side instead of over here. Now, in order to do that and get the grub screw to hold, I had to take a Dremel and Dremel out a little flat spot. I had to Dremel out a little flat spot on this metal shaft that's in here on the opposite side. And there's normally there's one already there for the correct position, and you have to actually Dremel one on the other side. Now you don't want to Dremel too much because, like I said, it's already got one on the other side, so you don't want to make that thing too thin. But it doesn't take very much. You just need a little notch there, just big enough for the grub screw to fit in, and it'll work perfectly. And so essentially, and then I just, I took the spacer and the spring. Why is this wire in the way? The spacer and the spring and everything, and just put it on the opposite side of this thing. So now when the servo pushes, it actually applies the brake instead of pulling. Now this is the custom, this is the stock brake linkage right here, with the exception of I did have to cut off a little bit off the end to make it fit. So because I think it was like, I think it was pushing all the way up against this metal, or this plastic handle right here. So I did have to trim a little bit of that off, but this is basically stock. This was the only thing that I had to, custom make. And that's really all there is to it. It was actually harder to figure out how I was going to do it than it was to actually sit down and do it. But at any rate, that's my Mini MGT, and as you can tell, this thing is brand spanking new. I basically found a roller, a brand new roller, on eBay for 160 bucks. And it had everything, including the servos, and it had everything including the servos. The only thing it didn't have was the engine. Somebody had taken the engine off, which was perfect because all they had was the engine. My old one was bashed all to shit. It was pretty bad. In fact, there was a transmission problem that I'd been trying to troubleshoot for quite some time, and had been having a little bit of difficulty figuring it out. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get this thing, and it'll be practically brand new. The only other thing that came over from the old one was the high-tech steering servo that I had for the other one. And eventually I need to get a second one, so I typically like to run dual steering servos, but at the moment I only have the one. But since it's the high-tech, it does pretty decent. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace. And if you like my video, please be sure to check out my other videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe, please share them, and if you have any questions or comments, you can reach me one of two ways. You can either reach me through my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/GrayWolfStudios74, or you can reach me via email at GrayWolfStudios74@gmail.com.